Coming up on DC News Now, tracking the storm chances for tomorrow. Meteorologist Damon Matson breaks down the timing and how much rain you could see.
An historic visit, King Charles delivering a speech to a joint session of Congress today, marking the first time the monarch has spoken here in 35 years.
You may have seen these posted all over Fairfax County and wondered what they are for. Well, we'll tell you why officers say these have helped them recover more than 500 stolen cars.
And NASA naming the next astronaut set to head the International Space Station. Who's on board and when they'll launch.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Elisa Gale. Let's take a live look outside now at, right now, that is the Pentagon, and the rain and clouds making it a dreary day across the DMV, but more wet weather could be on the way as well.
All right, well, let's head over to meteorologist Damon Matson with the first look at our forecast.
Meteorologist Damon Matson, how's it looking now?
Yeah, it's been pretty good throughout the day. I know it's not like yesterday. That sunshine was amazing to kick off the work week, but we have been stuck with the clouds out there. Now, as far as wet weather is concerned, we had a brief bout of some very light scattered rain showers this morning. Ever since then, it's been fairly dry. You haven't had to grab the rain gear, but check it out. The satellite loop, very little sunshine coming through. A little bit of clearing happened a bit earlier in the afternoon across southern Maryland. We are seeing a little bit of that sunshine, too, back toward the Shenandoah Valley. But otherwise, these clouds, they're locked in, and they're going to stay that way as we roll on into the evening time. But there is some clearing off to the west. There is a frontal boundary that is just sitting over the Ohio River Valley. It's not going to track any closer to us, but it is going to allow for this first wave of clouds to exit the picture and give us a little bit more of that clear sky before we get into your Wednesday morning. Now, we are likely to see just a few peaks of sun before the day is out, but unfortunately, most of that clearing won't happen until after sunset. So we'll have that partly cloudy sky through the overnight hours with temperatures cooling off just a little bit there. But as we head into the day on Wednesday, the clouds are set to roll back in as that frontal boundary, that storm system, it does track toward the DMV and bring a much better opportunity for rainfall and also some thunderstorms. We'll talk about the timing of that, when there could be 2 waves of rain and storms rolling through. That'll be in a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Happening now, a major cleanup operation underway in Fairfax County, Virginia. A garbage truck slammed into a house in Lorton. This all started around 11 this morning.
Yeah, DC News Now's Dave Laval joining us live from the scene along Henry Knox Drive. Dave, definitely shocking for folks driving by there today.
Yeah, shocking, but there's actually some good news because crews just a few moments ago managed to free the garbage truck that hit the house about 5 hours ago. We've been told until the trash truck is actually removed from here, no one will be allowed to drive in or out of this neighborhood. It's still not known what caused the crash in the Buttermere Heights subdivision. However, Fairfax County firefighters said the driver managed to walk away from it and no one was inside the home at the time. The neighborhood remains without electricity and gas, which had been shut off as a precaution. Firefighters told us that the truck originally had been stuck partially in the basement, and that posed some serious problems in trying to free it. Here's what they had to say.
Removing the trash truck without compromising electrical hazards and without creating a gas leak or other type of hazard is requiring us to coordinate a bunch of efforts to shut those off, shut those utility services off, prepare to rig and remove the trash truck from the home.
We're back live as crews have managed to free that stuck garbage truck that hit the house. Firefighters said that this operation is going to last for probably another couple of hours. So neighbors, again, they remain without electricity and gas as a precaution. And plus, cars are not allowed in or out of this neighborhood. We're live in Lorton, Virginia. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. Well, a big day of diplomacy aimed at emphasizing the bond between the U.S. and the U.K. King Charles III addressed a joint meeting of Congress earlier.
Yeah, this is all part of a 4-day state visit to the U.S.
And we have team coverage this afternoon. DC News Now's Mario Carbone live in Northwest D.C. with reaction on the King's visit.
Yeah, but first let's head over to DC News Now's News Nation correspondent Maddie Beer-Temple live on Capitol Hill with the very latest on the King's address to Congress. Maddie, this was a historic moment. What was the King's message?
Hi, Mark and Annalisa. Yeah, this was a historic moment. This was King Charles was the first British monarch to address a joint meeting of Congress in nearly 40 years. And his message highlighted the friendship between the U.S. and the U.K. while also acknowledging differences.
His Majesty, Charles III.
In a nearly 30-minute address, King Charles III highlighted the shared values and traditions that tie the U.S. and U.K. together.
Drawing on these values and traditions time and again, our two countries have always found ways to come together.
He recognized the political turmoil straining the relationship.
In times of conflict from Europe to the Middle East, which pose immense challenges for the international community.
And addressed the shooting Saturday at the White House Correspondents Association dinner.
Let me say with unshakable resolve, such acts of violence will never succeed.
The King's speech comes in the middle of a 4-day diplomatic push, marking the 250th anniversary of America's independence. Hours earlier, pomp and pageantry at the White House as President Trump and the First Lady welcomed the King and Queen.
What a beautiful British day this is.
In his remarks, the president reflected on the past and looked toward the future.
Our nation's unique bond and role in history is the essence of our special relationship, and we hope it will always remain that way.
Now, President Trump didn't attend the speech, but said that he was watching from back at the White House. The royals will next head to New York tomorrow before ending their visit in Virginia. In Washington, back to you.
All right, Maddie, thank you. And also some lawmakers called on the King to address Epstein victims in that speech. Did he address that?
Yeah, the King addressed supporting victims in both countries more broadly, but he didn't specifically mention Epstein. Now, his brother, former Prince Andrew, was arrested this February over misconduct allegations, which he denies.
Here, Temple live on Capitol Hill. Thank you so very much. Ahead at 4:15, our Mario Carbone is breaking down how people are feeling with the King in town. Well, DC News Now is your local election headquarters. The Virginia Supreme Court is refusing to step into the state's redistricting fight. Justices denied an emergency request from Democrats and the state to lift a lower court order blocking certification of last week's referendum. That means that election officials still can't finalize the results as legal challenges continue. The High Court has not ruled on the full case yet, but today's decision keeps the controversial map on hold. And a new report shows the DMV is experiencing its lowest number of federal workers in more than 3 decades. According to an analysis by the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments, Washington metropolitan area has lost over 62,000 federal jobs from January 2025 to this year. At the same time, the overall unemployment rate in the area is up from 3.8% to 4.4%. COG says the DMV region is seeing some of the toughest impacts from federal downsizing.
Also in Maryland right now, Governor Wes Moore signing the Protection from Predatory Pricing Act. It makes Maryland the first state in the country to ban price manipulation at grocery stores and supermarkets. The bill is to ban food retailers and third-party delivery service providers from practicing dynamic pricing and using consumer data to set a price for goods.
When our people are being squeezed by the cost of everything, especially groceries, at a time when we're watching how big companies are then using those analytics against us to make record profits, Maryland is not just pushing back. Maryland is pushing forward because we are going to protect.
More also signing a Voter Rights Act and a law to promote the placement of children in permanent homes.
Well, in the district today marks 1 year since the Washington Commanders announced their return to the district. And D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says in the past 12 months, the city has received approval from the council twice. They've also demolished the RFK Stadium and celebrated the largest private investment in D.C. history. Mayor says that they are now on track to deliver new housing and green space around the stadium. It comes as some people who live around the stadium have some concerns.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with how that shapes up. I know some people are excited because this means, you know, they're hopeful that this means good things for their property value.
Right.
So that could be good news for them as well.
Yeah, for some, it's a case of, okay, this is great, but not necessarily in my backyard. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right.